What can you do on a Monday in Tombstone? We're about to find out. Hello adventurers and welcome back to my channel. We just parked and are about to go exploring Tombstone and you guys are coming with us. Let's go. Now we parked here at the free parking at the OK Corral and you can see us over there. And it is right across from the historic City Hall building and you can find right here exactly what they have going on and where we can find the OK Corral site. So it is literally just like right across the road and you can watch a gunfight here. They also have a city park and public restroom and all sorts of other stuff. And it's literally right over there, close to where Brock is. Now at 11, 1, and 3, they have a shootout. I don't know if we're gonna watch that today or not. I have seen it before. Now, one of the things I love about Tombstone is they have all of these old boardwalks throughout the area. And you'll see tons of different kinds of businesses. So today I think we're just gonna check out everything, maybe grab some food, see what else we can find. And who knows, maybe we'll find something super unique. Now I'm here on a Monday, so some things are gonna be closed. Now, Tombstone is known as the town that was too tough to die, and it has a history of basically burning and then regrowing and having fights and regrowing and almost becoming absolutely nothing and then regrowing. And so today we're going to go into the visitor center to start this adventure off, I think, to get a little bit more context before we walk around. Now, this place is pretty touristy, so it's very user-friendly. The paths are nice and wide. Anyone can come out, and it is what it is. Ooh, it's all the different things you can do here. Yes. Now we were about to go and grab some barbecue because it smells delicious and I found this. They have these historic location walking tour sites and this one is actually about the Can restaurant and it says it was established in 1879 and it was one of the best known restaurants here. So it's only fitting that we see this before we go and find a restaurant here in Tombstone. I do also want to find out how many of those there are. I'm going to see if I can Google and find out while we're eating our food because I think that would be really neat to find all of those historic sites. I think there's probably a lot of them here because Tombstone's actually on the National Historic Registry. It's a really cool place, and even though it is super touristy and commercial, it's a neat place to come and find out some actual brain wrinkles and get a little bit of new knowledge about the Wild West because it definitely happened right here in Tombstone. Delicious smelling barbecue is coming from Puny John's Barbecue, so in we go. It opened at 11. Okay, so they have a few specials on the board up front, but also they have this extensive menu and you can see there's a little bit of everything on here from regular sandwich to meals, sandwiches. Then they have ribs, family meals, specialty items, and homemade sides. But wait, there's more. They have fountain drinks, larger sides. They have a kids menu on here and they sell meat by the half and pound. So wow. Okay, so they have some different kinds of barbecue sauce and I wanted to try all of them out, but there's a couple of them that are habanero or super hot. So I got the prickly pear, which should be super good. They have a sweet and spicy, and then they have the original. I'm gonna try all three of these just to see what I think. Okay, first we're gonna dip into this one just a little bit. This is the prickly pear. Ooh. Oh, that's really good. It's a little bit sweet, but it has a little bit of like kick at the end, but not anything spicy. Super, super good. But now let's try the sweet and spicy to see how it differs. Okay, we're just gonna take a little dab there. And because these are individual servings, I can totally do this with my finger, no problem. But I wouldn't suggest this if you're eating with somebody else. Ooh, I like that one too. That one's super sweet. I don't necessarily get a lot of spice out of it, but it's really good. I like that one. Last but not least is the original. In we go. Here we go. I like that one. That one's smoky tasting. It has some of the like more vibrant tones to it, so it's really good, really like down to earth, a good starter sauce. So I don't know which one of these I'm going to use first. I'm not sure. I might even try one of those spicy ones too. I might go get the wussy. Let me try the wussy. Ooh, Brock's gonna get me some. That looks delicious. And then he looks like he has a sampling as well.
Yeah.
Look at all these sauces though, guys. There are so many good ones. Puny John's was actually rated in one of the publications here in Arizona as some of the best barbecue you can find in Arizona, so we're about to find out. I ended up getting pork sliders so I could have some smaller portions. Comes with 2 sides, so I got mac and cheese and potato salad, so this is gonna be delicious. Okay, now we're trying the wussy. We'll see what it is. In we go, and last but not least, ooh, it's very different than the others, but I don't see it necessarily being super spicy, but it's definitely good. I would try this one, guys. Okay, so Brock had the same idea. He went with sliders. He ended up getting the brisket ones with fries and mac, and then he got this smoked hot dog of some kinds. I don't know. And he's starting to dig in with some of his sauces now. What do you think so far?
They're all good so far. Oh,
get one with kick.
that one's spicy.
And then I ended up getting the pork sliders with the mac and cheese and the potato salad. And as you can see, both of these plates are pretty decently sized, and these are some of the lesser expensive items on the menu, just so you know. It's about $13 or $14 for a plate. And with these plates, you can either get 2 sides and a drink, or you can get 1 side and a drink with it. Now, if you get the 2 sides and a drink, you have to pay for the drink separately. It's a little bit more costly. However, if you get the 1 side, it is included. So that's kind of the give or take of it. So today we're having some good food here at Tombstone. I don't know yet what to expect. I'm really excited. These things are huge considering they're sliders. They're like mounding over the sides. So let's dig in. First though, I'm gonna try out this potato salad because they said it's homemade potato salad, and I like a good potato salad for sure. I like that. I do like that. I also got a fork here so I can try the macaroni. This is supposed to be like a spicy mac kind of. It's definitely a deliciously baked mac. Oh my gosh, you can see the crust on that. Let me show you closer. So they clearly cut this and then put it on here. Look at that crust from the top. Ooh, this is gonna be really good, I think. This should be quite yummy. Okay guys, time for the bite. It's time for the bite. Oh, that is some good mac and cheese. Oh my. I'm going to barbecue up all of my sliders, and we'll come back and talk about those too. Okay guys, I went ahead and put the prickly pear on here because I really liked it, and I think it'll pair well with the pork. Prickly pear and pork. We're gonna pick this up. I just put a little bit on the top, and oh my goodness, you can see just how much is actually in here. I'm gonna have to potentially fight some of this down, and maybe we'll have some like loose pulled pork because there's no way all this can go in my mouth. It just cannot. So we're gonna try that. That might be more manageable. Still a little messy. Shouldn't have worn light colored pants today. Oh my goodness. Guys, yes. Oh yeah. I'm gonna eat this and I'll get back to you guys and we'll do some more exploring, but I need to focus, eyes on the prize. Oh wow, that was delicious. I had to put my leftovers in the van and now we're out to explore with a nice cold lemonade. I'm super excited. So many cool things to do here, so let's go find some. Guys, they also have trolley tours, and it's $15 for adults or $10 for kids 6 or 12, and you get to ride around on one of these and they tell you about all the cool sites and stops. Now, the last time I was here, a few things were different, so it's kind of interesting to see what they've changed even in the few years since I've been. They have a Gunfighter Hall of Fame here, which I'm pretty sure was here, but it wasn't open whenever we visited. And then there's also the mine tours. Right over across this way, there's a museum. Across the street, there's a museum. Tons of stuff to do here. Now, on a Monday, some of those things aren't open though, but this is, so let's go check it out. It says you can come in and see what the gunfighters looked like. You can see the guns that they carried, the badges that they wore, the saddles, the spurs. all the personal gear. Now, some of the images in here are a little bit more graphic, so I'm not going to show you as much of this, but the displays basically look like this. They have different people in each display, some of the items that they might have worn, a few interesting facts, and then also some really cool stuff from memorabilia in the past. So I'm going to go in here, kind of recap a little bit of it, show you what I can, but again, some of the images here are pretty gruesome. As you can imagine, anytime that there's a gunfight, there's going to be gun bullet holes, and there's pictures of that. They also have some other things like a Pancho Villa that is in a little bit less than a positive light. So not going to be showing you guys that, but I will show you a few things that aren't gruesome, and I'll just let you see that here. What did you get yourself into this time? This is worse than usual. Normally you're just locked up. What happened?
I don't know. I just tripped over and fell back into this thing.
Ah, okay. Sure. So it appears as you wander through here, there's actually a Tombstone cemetery, which is actually mini golf. They have several places to take cool photos. The shooting gallery, which I just did. They have a gunfight here, and then a few other interesting things, but also you can see a really cool view from back here. So let's go check that out. Look guys, it's the Wells Fargo. This is number 29. I still haven't figured out how many there are altogether, but this is really cool. Let's go check this place out. Seems that they have some cool things and a good way to maybe get a drink. Okay, so we went inside. It was so good that we ended up with this. And this is actually a newer flavor. And it's like a huckleberry and dark chocolate. And yeah, Brock, what did you think about it when we tried it?
It's delicious. It's
Yeah,
so good.
it's so good. But we got that. And then we also picked up some drinks because it's a warm day here and we wanted to hydrate. So this is a good place to just grab a drink and then also something yummy to eat. Okay, we picked up a snack and now it's time for us to get back out and look at some of the shops and some of the other things that are along the boardwalk. So let's see what else we can find. Another historic building here. Now here at the Birdcage, this historic building, you can actually take a tour and there's some information about it right here. And then you go inside and they'll take you around. It's really, really neat. But as we go around, we find more signs. This says Curly Bill Brocus actually killed the Marshal Fred White here on October 28, 1880. So here or at the Birdcage. Speaking of the Birdcage, we get a little bit more context behind it. It was built in 1881 by the Hutchison family, and it was the site for the killing of the Marshal. So after a fire in 1881, it became one of the only theaters in Tombstone because of the mass destruction. And I think it's pretty interesting to see the various pieces on each of these signs, because this one is number 31, so clearly there are a lot of them. Whew. The dust today is bad, guys. Anytime it's windy, because this road is actually dirt, so it just kicks it right into your soul. Oh my. Here we go right here. Stop 31 also, interestingly enough. And this is the general store, and it gives you historic photos of what the downtown might have looked like then, and then you can put that in reference to what it looks like now. So it looks like lots of great shops are open, even though not everything is open because it is a Monday. So if you come on the weekends, you're gonna see a lot more things that are available and a lot of really cool programs and stuff that are just happening during the weekends. But you can check online if you're coming to the Tombstone area to see what is available. And I think that's what's really great, because no matter what day you're here, there is something. It just might not be everything. Now the interesting thing is you walk around, you'll see all these famous names. So like Wyatt Earp, it has the casino here, or Big Nose Kate, or across the way we had Doc Holliday. It's kind of interesting to see all of the different names and how they fashioned them into various businesses now. Now, interestingly enough, we found out that one of the tunnels in the mine actually used to go to the Crystal Palace. And a fun fact about that we learned, it's plugged now, so you can't do it. But at one time, the tunnel led here, and then from here, they actually had some bootlegging that they did also, because they could move out all the way over to the mine, which is a considerable couple blocks away, and all underground, so that they could bootleg all of that time during the Prohibition, and they still had liquor and other things too, which is kind of interesting. But the Crystal Palace is definitely one to see. Something you'll see everywhere here. No weapons allowed, or leave your guns at the door. And right here at the Crystal Palace, apparently City Marshal Virgil Earp was ambushed and crippled for life as a result of the Earp and Clanton gunfight on December 28th, 1881. Look guys, we found a bunny. Oh, that's so cute. I don't need it, but it's super cute. The problem is, as I travel, I find all sorts of cool bunnies, and I've seen them at all sorts of different places, but I just don't have room in the van for all of them. So I try to acknowledge them because I think it's really cool, but at the same time, you know, we leave them here most of the time. As we make it to Ike Clanton's haunted hotel, music and voices start playing from up here, and we can take a look inside, and it's really creepy in here, guys. Believe it or not, they actually do ghost tours from this very location. So guys, this is what I was just talking about. Look at this. You can come on the ghost tour, and they have some really cool stuff in here. Now, I have done this one before, and it's really neat. I can't show you what's inside because I don't want to tell the secrets, but definitely check this one out. Historic location number 18, Campbell and Hatch Saloon and Billiard Parlor from 1881. And it says here Bob Hatch and John Campbell actually opened the billiard parlor in 1880. And Bob Hatch was a colorful character and also a thespian. It was said that he kept a jar of frogs on the counter as their croaking helped him to predict the weather. Wild. And then just down from that, Morgan Earp was actually murdered while playing pool at Campbell's and Hatch Saloon, March 18th, 1882. Now, something you'll notice real quick in Tombstone is there are a lot of saloons. In fact, at one point in time, this entire strip was lined with saloons. Fact is, at one point in time, they were said to be more saloons than there were homes at one point. And of course, that number wasn't accurate, but it was just kind of describing how many saloons there truly were in this town at one point. It was a pretty rough and rugged place. Here is the man himself who founded Tombstone. This actually was a man who came here looking for fame and fortune after not finding it in the northern regions, and he came down, found some silver, didn't know what to do with it, so he took it all the way to Tucson, got laughed out of town, only to find out that somebody else asked him to find the rock again, because out of frustration of the laughter he threw it away, and then they discovered that it was high-grade silver. So this guy came back and started everything. Now, we learned the history of him whenever we were at the mine. I definitely encourage you guys to take the tour because they go into that a lot more. Very fascinating stuff, but cool to see a statue of the man who founded Tombstone. Now, believe it or not, the reason why he called it Tombstone was because somebody actually told him the next rock he found would be the rock for which his tombstone would be made. And then he laughed all the way to the bank. Now, in front of the OK Corral, you can find some really good signs that have some great information, but also this guy. This is really neat. Okay, last time I was here, we came to the Tombstone Epitaph, and that's where you can pick up a paper after going to the OK Corral. And this is a historic site in journalism. Really cool place. Really enjoyed it last time. It is considered to be a free museum, so definitely check that out. I think you'll like it. Whoo, guys, I made it back to the van, and it is a toasty one here today. And as you're going down the roads, the wind is just kicking up through that dust, and I feel kind of grimy now. But it was such a good, fun experience, and I've had a smile on my face the entire day. Tombstone is one of those places that you can come to and find a lot of different things. You can find live action gunfights, you can find good food like we did today, you can find a lot of history and a lot of cool things, and then there's the touristy side that has like the mini golf and the silly things also. But I also noticed that there's a handful of museums here that have great topics, including there's one that is about Western history. They have one that is about, of course, the gunfighters. We also found one that's for the marshals of the area, and a couple of other ones also that are kind of sprinkled in for good spice and spirit. It's kind of fun to come here. I definitely encourage you guys to get out and try things like this. If you're not near Tombstone, but you are near a Western town, go there. Check out what they have to offer, learn a little bit, get some brain wrinkles, and really enjoy your time. It doesn't take you driving all the way to another state to enjoy yourself, because remember, guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Till next time, guys. Bye.